what do we have here? Looks like the converter's back in. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're gonna talk. Well, I put some train fluid in this thing. So got the thing back. Basically, what they found was it was indefinitely put together incorrectly. The guts inside the thing, the clearances were off, the specs were off, whatever, which explains a lot because I knew I had a fluid flow issue, and we knew that the input shaft and the stator support were touching down there where they shouldn't. And actually, you can kind of see if you look real close some rub marks, the first big silver ring, and then if you look deeper in it, and it's a little bit dark. Let me turn on a light. Oops, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can almost see it. But anyway, so that thing was put together wrong. The input shaft and the stator were too deep in it, restricting fluid flow, which initially wrecked everything. So a big shout out, TSC, wherever the box went, down there. TSC out of Arizona, and Kurt. So fingers crossed, everything's gonna work out okay, but the good news is they did find something, and it wasn't anything on my end. So I fill this thing with fluid, and it needs to go back into that thing, and that thing needs to go into this thing, and so on and so forth. So let's do it. All right, it's moving under its own power. Transmission's back in. I want to show you guys something else. I did change some stuff up on the transmission cooler. It's kind of messy, but it is what it is. Originally, I had the line coming out of the trans, going through one, going through the other, and going back. This time what it is, I actually split them, and I kept the length of the lines equal. So the fluid coming in and going out would be equal. At least that's my thought process there. So I do have to figure out a way to get some good clamps on that stuff, kind of make it look a little bit better. But that stuff's back together. Knock on wood, I don't appear to have any leaks for some reason. And I fight these AN fittings like no other. I did take, and we'll roll under here real quick. When I started up for the first time, I took the rear trans line off, which is right there above the cable, if you can see it. So I took that line off, put it in this bucket, and started it and waited until it had fluid flow. And that did two things. That flushed the lines out, just extra precaution, and it proved to me that I actually have fluid flow, really good fluid flow. So I'm going to check the fluids in the thing. We got to get down off the jack stands and take this thing for a drive. Let's see how it goes. Okay, walking out here to the garage. So at this point, I've had some time to put some street miles on this thing. Everything seems to work pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with it. I know it's been a long time and a bunch of messing around. This is the first time in a while since this thing has been out moving around with knock on wood without any issues. So I feel like it's time to rip a burnout in the driveway, so let's get this thing out. Lights on. Truck is taking a nap. I left my laptop in here from last time. Right there, plugged in. Let's fire the old girl up and see what happens. Not too bad. Get some heat in the old girl. Laptop just decided it doesn't want to cooperate. Go ahead and back this thing out. So right there is neutral reverse, and you hit the trans brake button, and that puts it in reverse. So right now it's in reverse. Go ahead and back the old girl out. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Mention how hard this is to do with one hand. that digital dash is sweet. So I'm bringing the laptop up now. We'll get it fired up. Moving slow today. I guess I opened the app up too quick. Boy, we got 130 degrees. So we're getting there. There we go. She's calmed up here. So right now I got this thing on. I can't remember how much boost we're running. Check the dome RPM. So 5 pounds. So yeah, so 5 pounds on the dome. So really, we're probably only making 4 pounds of boost. But you know, that's enough to do a little rip. Cool. Oh, another thing I want to show you guys too, while this thing's warming up. There's the old. Oh, looks like I left the bottle open. Whoops. I actually need to adjust the pressure up. Let's put something on that there. There we go. The base pressure. Actually, when it comes to the Holly, you're actually supposed to put whatever base pressure you're running in this thing. Everything. It is so humid right now in Maryland, you guys. You wouldn't even believe it. Okay. That's good enough for now. Bottle's on. Check. Up to about 156. Another thing I've been working on too is I was having some issues with the tip end. That's a little bit better, actually. Way better than it used to be. You guys wouldn't even know. Before, if I did that, the thing would actually shut off, which is really embarrassing, especially when the thing's in gear. It is way better. Still has a little bit. Pull a little fuel out of the old girl. That's better. Actually, sounds pretty responsive. Yeah, but man, if I did that once before, it hit a section of the map where it just, between the low RPM, which is, I know you can't see that, 600 right here. So I'll do a free rev, I'll show you what I'm talking about. As soon as you free rev it, basically it come back around, and when it came back around, it'd be so rich, it just shut the thing off. But that's just in the tuning. That's me working on the tune in the thing. We're just getting there a little bit at a time. Slowly but surely, my friend, slowly but surely. Tell you what, we're at 170 degrees. How about we do a little rip? It's been a minute. Let me turn around. Let me set the camera back up. That was a little bit better. So believe it or not, that's actually the first burnout I did in this thing. And there she is. Woo! Okay, so that was the first burnout I've done in the truck in a long time. It definitely likes the anti-roll bar change. It was actually had to move back where the asphalt was a little bit wet because it wanted to try to push the front end over. So that's interesting. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So hopefully, that proves to me in the future that thing's going to have some bite to it. So again, thanks for watching. Next video I'm going to do, I actually have to pull the rack out of this thing, put seals in it. Never done that before. I feel it'd be interesting, especially if you have a Dakota and it's got a rack leak like mine. It's the original rack, and we'll try to throw some seals in it. Thanks for watching. I gotta order some slicks. Hopefully we can get those in, and time to go to the track, I believe. See ya.